Hello, my YouTube family and friends. I pray that everyone is having a blessed day today. It is indeed a blessing to be alive. And as you all can see, I've changed my hairstyle again. This is actually my hair, gray and all. But again, I believe I know I can only speak for myself. They were asking me at work. They said, "Now, is that your hair?" I said, "Yeah, this is my hair." So we were laughing, but it's really good to laugh about things. In this season, I have nothing to hide. I'm pretty open book about being honest and things like that. So yes, I was wearing wigs or whatever, but God, the beauty of it all is that no matter what we wear, no matter what we may put on or whatever, we're still who God created us to be. And we have to continuously ask him to mold us, to make us, to shape us into what he has for us, and he'll do it. But we have to be a willing vessel for him to abide in us and to do what he's going to do anyway within us. So but I wanted to hop on here and just share some encouraging words to someone, also to myself, because when these words go out, they come right back to me. And I love it because it gives me encouragement, every day. But as we approach Thanksgiving, which is after the day after tomorrow, and of course I'm thankful at this new job we're off Thursday and Friday, and I think all of my jobs have always observed that Friday after Thanksgiving. But anyway, I'm off those 2 days, so I'm thankful for rest and food to eat, things like that. But I was in the grocery store over the weekend, and I didn't really see a lot of it's a little different out here in the West than it is in the South. I'm sure it still takes place. I guess I just haven't witnessed it. But I remember last year which was our first year here, I was able to witness it. But this year I haven't so much, because I guess maybe I haven't just really paid a lot of attention. But I was just I love to, when I'm in the grocery store, look at other people's shopping carts, and so to kind of get an idea, because a lot of people shop. Everyone shops differently. So some people shop to add into what they've already got at home. I'm learning to do that and not just be totally out of everything. Then some people shop, they have nothing, and they're shopping for everything. And then some people just shop specifically for what they want to fix, maybe for that particular day, or maybe for a couple of days. I've been noticing that. So we all have different ways, methods to do things. But my point of it all is that I was telling the cashier, we were talking, and I said, as I'm shopping, I think, or as I was checking out of the grocery line, I was telling her, I was thinking about people as we approach Thanksgiving Thursday. There's people that don't have anything to eat. There's people that they're going to be in shelters. They're going to have to go to a shelter to get something to eat. And so here we are. We're so blessed. We're super blessed. We're in warm homes. We're going to be able to watch television, any channel, we want to watch. We're going to be able to, get up when we want to, take our shower, put our clothes on. We may go somewhere, may not go anywhere, but we're just so blessed. Get to go in the kitchen and just, choose is the operative word, what we want to eat. And so, I was just telling her, I said, I think about that, and she said, yeah, I do too. She said, it's a lot of people that don't have food and don't have a place to live. I said, yeah, that's true. But, we have to not be closed-minded and just think of other people and ask God to help them. While we're gathered around our tables, eating our good food and, just so happy and drinking whatever we want to, when I say drinking, I'm speaking of tea and water and, whatever the juice, I'm talking about juices and stuff like that, not anything else. But I'm saying, we should be thinking about other people, asking God to bless them and to help them where they can, someone can help them and they can be able to be in a warm house and around a table. And and the more and more as I'm becoming older, I'm realizing that Thanksgiving, me and a gentleman in church was talking about this Sunday. We've just turned around everything, everything that God created for us to, really simply enjoy. We've just taken it and just, pretty much destroyed it. We want to flip everything and make it what we want it to be, and then we mess up everything. It's always a mess up after that. But anyway, Thanksgiving, it's not really so much. I don't know where that even came from, that idea. I guess from just the turkey, but we've just made it into this big day where we just sit up and we just eat and eat and eat. And there's nothing wrong with that, enjoying good food. But what I'm saying is that we've made that, into that day into where we just sit up and just, eat. That's all, because if you say to anybody, about Thanksgiving, that's the first thing come out their mouths is, what are you cooking? Or, and it just immediately goes to food from there. So, that's what we've made it to be, and it really is just what it says. It's Thanksgiving, giving thanks to God, to our Almighty God in heaven for another day, not only for another day, but for, time with our family, time with our family and friends. Look around. What are we thankful for? What have God taught us this year? Testimony time. God has been so good to us all. He keeps on blessing us in spite of us. So, what is it that, we really and truly are thankful for? Is it just really for, going in the store, buying a bunch of food? Or is it the fact that I'm even able to walk? I'm even able to talk. I'm even able to hold my arm up. I can run. I can, sing. That's what it's about. And again, I've shared this so many times on this channel. God is teaching me in this season to be thankful for the little. I'm not bragging. I'm telling the truth. I've been in a position where I've had money. I've been in a position where I've had nothing, and so just over the course of years, and, I can just remember from whatever season that those things happen in, those were lessons, those were life lessons, and the Lord said, I'm going to see how you appreciate this. I'm going to see how you, or will you still honor me? Will you still obey me? Will you still, do what I've called you to do? And again, it's so fun. I can remember years, and years. I was telling somebody at work about this, because he was telling me, coworker, he was telling me about how, he recalled some years where him and his family, they did a lot of traditional things. And I said, yeah, my family did too. And I said, in a way I miss those things, but in a way I don't, because those were things that kept me bound. Those were, as I look back on a lot of that, those were, I don't know. I thought at that particular time that those were so fun and, we were just living our best life. But in actuality, I wasn't. I was so bound by so many, demonic spirits, demonic strongholds. It was just so much going on in my life at that particular time. But that when Thanksgiving came and when Christmas came, that was like, hey, this is fun, because it was almost like a masking. You look forward to those days because you had so much other stuff going on, and that was just almost like an outlet. It was for me anyway. I'm being honest. But I can remember sitting around at the table, and that's why I was telling him. I said, when the kids were a whole lot younger, we would get them ready, because a lot of times we wouldn't leave the house until, of course, me and my late husband were always off. And but then it got where as years went on, he would have to work on Friday. I would be off on Friday, but he would have to work. So whoever house we were over on at Thanksgiving night, we had to get on home and not stay out too late, because he was like, you know, y'all off, but I have to work. But he worked from home, but he would always have to work the next day. But anyway, so we would get the kids ready, you know, and it would be like, I say, wouldn't leave the house probably to close to noon or so. So my mom, she would text me, or I would text her, and she let me know the food was ready or it's almost ready, and we're gonna eat at 2, or we're gonna eat at 3, or whatever. So me and my crew, we always were running late, because, you know, I was just dragging, because for one thing, the day before I had just worked and I got to sleep in late, and we just be, you know, playing around and eating and snacking or whatever that Thursday morning. So we knew we were going to get our bellies full when we went over, you know, my mom's house and then over my in-laws' house. And so it was just a full day. It was a full day. But when the kids were a whole lot younger, it seemed like it was fun, you know. It was truly genuine, you know. The kids even look forward to it, you know. And then you know, like I said, we didn't really have to. I would always say, you know, what do you want me to bring? So I would, because then I wasn't a cooker. So my mom say, you know, she'll be like, just bring some paper plates and you know, paper towel. I would have to just bring the paperware. So I'd be like, okay, you know, which I was okay with that, because like I said, I wasn't cooking then. I didn't really enjoy cooking like I do now. So you know, I was good with that. I was like, okay, that's something easy and simple. I'm good. So anyway, I would go to the dollar store or whatever and take that, spend maybe $25 on the paperware, the cups, the whatever, and ice. Oh yeah, she would always tell me to get ice. So I would get ice, a big bag of ice, and maybe some sodas, and we just go on over there, you know. And most of the time now, when the kids were a lot younger, we would spend the majority of our time at my mom's house. That was just how it was, because they actually lived a lot closer to us than my late husband's parents did. So they were literally, it took us maybe, I'm gonna say 6-7 minutes to get to their house. We were real close to each other, and so it was just so super easy to go over their house first. But then we would always just go on over my in-laws' house. So we would go on over there, and then sometimes, you know, we would split up. You know, it got where we started being like that. So we'll say, well, just to kind of even the day out, so we wouldn't spend so much time over one person's house. You know, my late husband and my youngest son, they would go over his parents' house, and then me and the girls would go to my mom's house. And so eventually we all meet up at my in-laws' house, and then from there we just went on back home. But we would have so many plates, and I mean, this went on for years. We would have so many carry-out plates, because my mom, she always had a full dinner, and then dessert. My mom had cake, you know, maybe 6, 7, 8 custards. If you know anything about custards, I'm speaking of sweet potato pies. You know, she make a pound cake. I mean, it was just a big deal. And then food would just be from the stove to the counter to counter. It was just food everywhere. And we maybe watch a movie or something, but really we didn't watch the movie. The movie watched us, because we were so full from eating. Then we go over his parents' house and do the same thing over again. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm too full. We're gonna have to get a plate to go, you know, because I can't put any more in my stomach. But we would literally have so many carry-out plates. But then, you know, of course, everything changes as the kids got older. You know, things started changing. You know, people got tired of cooking, and you know, they would actually voice that, you know, and you know, you could tell the menu would get lighter and lighter. And then it went from that to, you know, wanting to go over somebody else's house to eat, because they got tired of cooking at their house. So things change, they do. And as I look back on a lot of things, God was preparing me for where I'm at now. You know, A lot of times we resist change, we reject it because we're so used to the same old thing, and we're thinking, okay, what is this? I don't know what this is. You know, I don't want to do this. You know, I'm afraid, I'm fear, whatever. But God is taking us out that old place, that old rotten place, and He's taking us into a new place. You know, where He can use us in a mighty way, but He has to break off a lot of old things from us. You know, a lot of old things from us, old ways, old habits, and old mindsets. And so anyway, I believe I shared this before, but I told my late husband, this was during COVID, I want to say. This was during COVID, and this is the truth. I told him this. I think we were sitting in the great room. We always talk. We had the best talks. That's one thing I miss about him. One of the things I miss. We just had the best conversations. I mean, we talked about everything. We could laugh and talk about it freely. You know, it wasn't any holdback. You know, it wasn't any reservation. We talked about everything. And I'm gonna be honest, we talked about, you know, family people. You know, we talked about family situation. We talked about everything. And so anyway, I had told him, I said, you know, I'm just so tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. And I said, aren't you? And he, you know, he was that type. He had that type of personality where nothing rumbled him. You know, he was easygoing, and my dad is like that. You know, he's like, okay, if you tell me to do the same thing for 100 years, I do it. You know, I'm not gonna give you any pushback. I'm not gonna give you any, you know, lip about it. I'm just gonna do it because I don't really care about it that much. But when I wasn't built that way, and so God didn't create me that way. So I like change, you know, and God knows that. He knows that, and so I told him that, and I said, aren't you tired of doing the same thing? I said, I'm tired of, you know, going over their house and eating. And I said, we do the same thing every year. I said, I want to stay at home. That's what I told him. I said, let's cook our own food. And, you know, because this was like, I think, like I said, I want to say it was I don't believe it was 2020. It was 2021, I believe. And he, like I said, no, actually it wasn't 2021 because that's when he passed away. So it had to have been 2020. It had to either been 2019 or 2020. I can't remember. So it may have been 2019 when I did that, because it wouldn't have made sense for me to say that 2020. Because that was when nobody could go anywhere. So I want to say it was 2019. I can't remember exactly, but I know I said it. And again, like I said, he was just like, it's getting old, you know. And I told him, I said, it's not even the same anymore. I said, when we go over their house, I said, you know, because it had started getting where, you know, of course, they were becoming older, you know, the people cooking, and, you know, my mom included, and, you know, they didn't want to, they were voicing, you know, I'm tired of cooking, and, you know, you could just see it was coming to an end. You know, I'm tired of cooking. You know, you ask them what they were cooking, and which nobody pressured them to cook. But, you know, it went from enjoying cooking to, you know, not wanting to do it anymore. You know, basically what I got out of it, y'all are coming over here eating up our food. We do all this hard work. You know, we want to come to y'all house, you know. And, you know, it went from that. It went from being just wonderful, and you could feel it when you went over there. You know, this was like 2019. I know I can feel the atmosphere. You know, when something's not right, you've been going over someone's house. Pay attention. You've been going over someone's house for a long time, and then all of a sudden you go over there and you just feel a resistance in the spirit. You know, in their house, like, what's going on here? Something's different here. Well, that's because something is going on there. But anyway, so it was just a lot of, you know, I could just feel it. And I told him, I said, you know, it's just not fun anymore, you know. And even the kids, my kids, our, you know, kids, they were getting where they weren't excited like they used to be. Yes, they were older, but they, you know, it wasn't fun, because, you know, children can sense that too. they can sense when, you know, things are not right, when people are acting funny, when people are acting different. You know, they can feel that. They can feel it. So, you know, they it had gotten where they didn't want to really go over there. You know, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't exciting. And looking, you know, they didn't look forward to it. So again, God, he allows things, if we don't change things, he allows things to change us. And most of all, he will change us. You know, most of all, he's going to do the changing within us. The sun's shining, y'all. Can you see me now? But I've made it here at work now. I'm about to head out in there. But I just wanted to share that. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but I wanted to share that word because you know, God is doing a new thing in our lives, and we have to be ready. This Thanksgiving, be thankful for everything. You know, yes, you've done things in the past, you know, but start doing something new. You know, if you've always did one thing, you know, for years and years and years regarding Thanksgiving, do something different. You know, maybe go to a shelter and help serve, you know, homeless people or something. You know, do something different and watch how God will bless you. And it's not all about us. It's about Jesus. You know, it's never about us. It's all about Jesus. And, you know, it's just, we you know, we say, well, it's a turkey day, it's this, that. No, it's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. And again, there's nothing wrong with enjoying food and having fun, being with your family and friends, but pay attention and think about other people who don't have that, you know. And I wanted to share what we've done in the past, me and my family, to what we're doing now. God is teaching us how to celebrate each other, how to, most of all, honor him, praise him, glorify him. So again, I pray everyone has a blessed day, the most amazing day. I pray that God will continue to encamp his holy angels around you all. May he answer every prayer request that you've ever prayed to him according to his holy, perfect, and divine will for your life. Thank you all for subscribing to this channel. Thank you all for listening to this channel. And I just pray that God will just cover you all with his peace, his love, and his strength forever and ever and ever. Thank you all so much. I pray that you always hear Jesus speak through me and not just me. Until the next video, bye-bye.